Welcome back to Gamer's Guide to the Galaxy, the show where we talk about all things gaming, and you can join us in the chat right over here.
How you doing, chat? How you doing?
Everybody in the chat.
Where everyone in the chat is purple.
Yeah.
Listen, we got theme going on. What, you hating on purple?
No.
The color purple?
No.
I got reasons. Anyways, in the first half, we were talking about the 2015 lineup of gaming. And, I mean, actually, the second we went off air, we all spontaneously thought of the same freaking game.
Yep. It comes out on Friday. Good guy Nintendo there. Knows what to do.
So, as he just hinted, it's a new Nintendo game. It is Majora's Mask. Technically not a new game, but it's great. It's
remade for the 3DS,
yep,
which was very successful when they did it for Ocarina of Time. Wow. Obviously, let's do it for Majora's
Our
Mask.
sound is low.
No, it's not.
According to her, it is.
How about now? I don't know. I mean, our sound is pretty high here.
Yeah.
Was the music low?
You're fine.
We're fine. Okay.
Yeah. Your sound is low.
Production says we're fine and that you're wrong.
Production.
That's what she is.
I understand. I was just in there, I was like, oh god, that's actually the rhythm we should probably use from now on. But check your volume settings. It possibly might be a browser thing.
Yeah. But
yeah, then definitely check your
check your settings.
Because there's no way that we can actually physically make the music lower without knowing.
Anyway, Majora's Mask.
Yes.
What the hell's with that moon?
You're jumping right into it. He's like,
told you I was going there.
I know, but like I actually like some like witty comment and then moon. It was like moon.
Because Nintendo was like, guys, this moon was giving children nightmares. We need to make it goofy looking, so it won't give children nightmares.
Honestly, would you want the original moon in 3D?
Yes.
That's terrifying.
You want that?
Yes!
You want that coming at you?
That would give
Yes!
small children nightmares.
It did give small children nightmares.
Yeah, but
That's the point.
that's a whole new generation of nightmares.
But Nintendo doesn't like to do that anymore.
Anymore.
Look, have you played some of the early games from Nintendo? Listen.
Honestly, I thought originally when you said that, the first thing that popped in my head, I'm like, oh god, I saw the moon thread.
I saw the moon thread. Moon.
I miss moon.
But seriously, the moon needs to be more scary.
I will agree. It needs to be a little more scary. It does look a little derpy.
Derpy.
No, it doesn't need to be original Zelda scary.
It
That
needs to
is
be
too
original
scary.
Majora's Mask.
Now,
Too
Yes.
spooky.
it needs to have like blood dripping from its eyes and the hopes and dreams of children like in its mouth getting chewed on.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's doing. That's why it's always like.
Yeah, because hopes and dreams are bitter.
But weird. Why were your lips out? Weird.
I don't know. I was trying
Okay.
to mimic the face of the moon.
Yeah. With the lips now. It's weird.
So Majora's Mask comes out this Friday. If you love the original game, you're probably gonna love it playing it again in handheld form wherever you go.
Honestly, I think that's a smart decision because a lot of people who love these older games, they don't have time to play video games that often. But putting it in the handheld form makes it so much easier just to pick up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of loading the console up, getting your time to actually sit down, you can literally just be like,
Rehooking up your
Think-
N64 to a TV.
well, even if they released it on like Wii U.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still a major process of turning everything on, getting the time to sit down in that specific spot. Now you can just kind of, oh, I have to go somewhere? Okay, pause, go to do what you need to do. If you're not driving, you can play while you're on the way. You know what I mean? Also, if you're really nerdy and awkward at parties, you can play at parties.
Oh yeah.
Go to parties.
If you go to parties.
Listen, some people don't like parties.
Jacob's just sitting there at parties every time. Go
I
ahead.
don't.
I got a Game Boy.
Actually, I don't play handheld games. It's something that I probably should. I don't.
Yeah, some really good ones. But speaking of Legend of Zelda, we have a brand new show coming to Netflix based on The Legend of Zelda.
Well, they're talking about it.
They're talking about it,
They haven't actually confirmed it
but
yet.
Nintendo
It's not
and,
completely canon yet.
Nintendo
Right.
and Netflix are working together on this. So with Nintendo working on it, I can trust the story somewhat.
Can we have a scary moon?
No,
Depends.
too spooky.
Do you think the game will be? Do you think the show will be based on a game, or do you think it'll be a whole new story?
I think it'll be a whole new story.
Okay, ready?
I was hoping they would do Ocarina of Time. Actually,
They're not going to.
No. Ready? Actor to play Link on 3. 1, 2, 3. Michael Cera.
I was gonna say Orlando Bloom.
Nope, Michael Cera.
Jacob.
No,
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
We went over this.
Yeah, but Jacob didn't.
Too hairy.
Jacob wasn't listening to that conversation.
It's too
I
hairy.
wasn't. I can shave. I've shaved before.
No, not shave. This is full on wax.
But he already
You need clean, like a baby's bottom.
But he already has the bursting through doors into random people's houses down.
This is true.
I do. That's something I'm
And I'm
really
sure
good
he
at.
would love break.
Also, they don't kick me back out, which is the weirdest part. Like, I literally just open doors and people are like, oh.
And then he starts breaking their pots and taking their money, and they're like, okay.
Also, I think I completely understand why this took so long to make. The pop budget must be freaking ridiculous.
And
Oh, God.
he's deathly afraid of chickens.
Yeah, they've been looking for chickens that could fly too. That was another problem.
When did we discover that I was afraid of chickens?
Yesterday, when we threw chickens at you.
I'm more afraid of you throwing chickens at me than the chickens themselves.
Wait, are you actually deathly afraid of chickens? No. Oh, okay.
I'm
Just the thought of us sitting there chucking chickens out of frames.
But I'm not gonna put my hand into a chicken nest. It's fucking gonna hurt. I'm gonna peck the shit out of my hand. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's a chicken. Punch it. Or something. And then if the swarm of chickens that are around kills me, I'll be thoroughly afraid.
But
I don't think real chickens actually swarm. That's the thing.
Yeah, they're pretty stupid.
Yeah.
But also, I've already found one flaw with the show though.
what?
What's the dialogue gonna be like?
What?
Hat! 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 And like,
What?
He's not actually gonna talk.
Exactly, because Link doesn't talk in majority of the game, so he's
He
just
doesn't talk at all, actually.
Any game?
No, the creator of the.
No, there's. I did think of a counterexample. Okay, it's called Wind Waker.
Does he talk in Wind Waker?
text. There's
Kind of.
text. He doesn't physically speak with his
No,
text.
he actually has a physical voice for a couple words.
Oh
A
god.
couple words. But,
Oh my god.
But I'm just remembering the creator of Zelda said that they didn't want Link to have a voice
Yeah.
associated with him. They wanted it to just be.
Hair
Runs
can
and
be bleached,
screams.
by the way, so that's not an issue.
Yeah.
What?
Actually, I can probably be a better Ganondorf than anything.
You probably could be.
No.
I just gotta gain some weight.
I mean,
Yeah, a lot of weight.
You know, gain some weight and some muscle. That's kind of all we done in after special effects. But I already got a
It could all be
beard.
done in post.
You know what I mean? It can all be done in post. I gotta shave a little bit though. That'd be a little weird. Like I
Yeah.
gotta shave the top.
Yeah,
that's weird.
one of the actors I did hear for Ganondorf was maybe Idris Elba,
But
but I'm not sure if that's rumor or suggestion or just
Guys.
people saying I want Idris Elba.
guys, what happens if they put Navi in it? What's gonna happen? The
Listen,
Navi-
listen.
This is why they're not going to do Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I want them to do a whole new story. I
I do.
want them to try to explain their timeline by doing seasons.
Actually, something that we were just talking about, gonna be really good. The leading up to Majora's Mask,
Majora's Mask.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They could do
but that's a whole new story.
a whole new story, but you can't just go into Majora's Mask.
So you just fight Majora.
What if they did a link? What if this is the thing that we've been wanting? The link, like the actual, like confirmed main timeline of Link, where it goes from like game to game to game to game, and all events happen.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
Well,
want.
not all the links are the same link. That's
I know.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying though. Like they put a
They-
line in the sand and go, "This is the main."
But they don't all link up.
He's
I warned you there'd be puns. I warned you.
There's the
Gave
puns.
you
everybody.
warning.
There's the puns.
I tried so hard. I tried
And
so
you
hard
got
not to
so
use
far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Okay, stop.
it. You feel copyrighted, even though it's like more spoken word copyright.
Doesn't matter. Copyright.
But
Yes.
still, even in the Link universe, the main timeline, there is one main, and there's two offshoots of what happens after that. Where,
There's like 12.
There's 3 offshoots.
well, I'm thinking
The
of
3
two.
offshoots are basically
Link loses, Link wins.
no. It's Link loses, which is if Link dies during the game. That's technically what happens afterwards. Then there's the adult Link because after Link beats Ganondorf, he travels back in
You're talking
time.
about Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, and creates two separate timelines.
Yeah.
When he travels back in time, he creates two separate timelines: the adult Link's and the young Link, because the young Link goes back and stops it.
Yeah.
So
pretty much where
there's the three timelines that it splits at Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Which is why it's all screwed up.
Yeah. So
it's time travel.
But what you can do is in that middle timeline, that's the actual main timeline. There's just two offshoots of that timeline.
And really, that original main timeline has like 4 games to it.
Yeah, I know.
So they could do those 4 games in chronological order, which leads up to Majora's Mask.
Exactly. And then like at the end, you know, like in the season before Majora's Mask, they can show like who Majora was, like you were asking earlier, and you know what I mean, how he got his soul,
Even if
you know, into the mask.
I'm not even. I mean, I said I was discussing this the other day with, you know, my friend Mike.
Yeah.
Who also is on this channel, but
yeah.
But we were debating whether Majora's Mask is just this mask created by this really powerful being named Majora, and
Yeah.
the mask is just possessed or possessive or whatever.
Like the One Ring to rule them all.
Right, like
Yeah.
the One Ring to rule them all.
Well,
That's
deity, Majora, deity, Majora.
versus the mask possessing the spirit of Majora, whoever Majora was.
I think it's the latter though.
yeah.
Just because it imbues them with the powers of Majora. You know what I mean? Kind of like
What if it was exactly like Lord of the Rings?
The One Ring imbues you with the powers of.
It only gives you one power that he had.
I know.
No. They state that if you were of stronger will, you could access more power.
No one has as strong a will as him.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Kidding me? He has no will. Sam has more will than he does.
Yeah, that's true.
Sam.
Please. Sam's the one that actually climbed the mountain half dead.
I'm talking about Sauron. No one had as much will as Sauron.
I thought you were talking about Frodo. I'm like, Frodo had no will.
No,
Right, but they could use the ring for other things other than invisibility. They just never do.
Yeah, and also Sauron did use that ring for more than just invisibility.
Right.
Actually, quick question. In that final battle for Sauron, why didn't he use his invisibility power?
Because he's above it.
Because he didn't have the ring?
No. In the final battle that Sauron was in, where the ring was cut from his... Why didn't he use his invisibility power?
Oh, because Sauron's just stupid.
Well, that and also it was a surprise. He still has to make the conscious effort to process the information that's at hand, then determine a thing to do, then mentally trigger the power in the ring.
You're talking about a guy that imbued his essence into a ring. The ring is him. He is the ring.
Okay.
So
Arguably.
it's...
Yes, but if he's controlling the power technically, there has to be some sort of on-off switch that he has to mentally think about.
So still, he's got hordes of orcs.
Yep.
Go die while I mentally process my invisibility,
It's because he's arrogant.
and then go in.
No, it's
Kill
because-
them all.
It's because he's arrogant.
But
I'd be arrogant with the invisibility. You're going through battle like this, just smacking bitches away.
Well, what I'm trying to say is though, even if he wasn't super arrogant,
That's you.
Yeah.
But, you know, someone who's commanding a huge army, you know, and conquering the world, he wants to crush them.
yeah.
But you don't crush people by turning invisible and going,
Have you seen the size of his mace?
Whatever.
It crushes. Like, that thing taps you and you are crushed.
No, mentally crushed. You want to make it so that way when you go up to somebody, you go, "Hey, do what I say." They're like, "Well, either you're gonna kill me or do this," or it's, "Oh, you're gonna lead an entire village, like ravaging thing through the entire countryside and murder everybody if I don't do this." Okay, that's different.
Okay.
It's more of it's more of like dominion control than anything else.
right.
But yeah, going back to the Legend of Zelda thing.
Yes.
Back to what you're saying with the mask. The reason why I think about that though is because it's kind of like a deity mask too. You know what I mean? He becomes that elevated deity state. Whether or not, you know what I mean, whoever puts on Majora's Mask is officially Majora, it imbues them with the physical attributes and powers of Majora.
So I was actually wondering if Majora was defeated a long
By
time
fierce
ago
deity.
and
Sealed?
within the mask. Maybe the mask was kind of like the ring where he imbued his power with it.
How did fierce deity get sealed in a mask then?
Sealed himself.
conceal himself in case Majora ever resurfaced again.
That's a common thing. The only color it reminds me of Avatar.
But then Majora has possession of that mask, which is weird. It's also weird that Majora gives you the Fierce Deity mask. Like,
well,
here's that weapon you need to defeat me right now.
Because he needs to defeat that to know there's nothing left.
Well, in theory, you know what I mean?
He's always going to be looking over his shoulder. He's like, I got the mask. If someone were to sneak in.
It's kind of like the same thing of the big red button.
Yeah.
Like every villain puts a big red button that stops their device.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Every villain has a big red button that self-destructs their evil lair.
And of course, the most important question that needs to be answered in Majora's Mask. Why is there a single tree inside the moon?
Why not?
Like, is it in the nose or?
Also, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think this is actually a bigger question. Who the hell is that guy with all the masks?
The Happy Mask guy.
Happy mask salesman.
How did he get all those masks?
He's a Happy Mask salesman.
He's a happy. I don't see what the problem is here.
We're
happy.
Actually,
He
he's
sells
an
masks.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
I don't even. Where did he acquire these masks? And he like literally be like, "Ooh, there's a mask. Ooh, there's a mask. Ooh, there's a
That's
mask."
pretty much what he
Ooh,
does.
piece of
Yeah.
candy.
You know,
Ooh,
like,
piece of
where did
candy.
he find them though? Like, in most games or in most things like this, where there's something that imbued with power, like the Fox mask or Fox mask or that Deku mask, it's usually like, oh, go into the Deku Temple, and on a pedestal before the booby trap Indiana Jones style rock comes and kills you, you have the Deku mask.
That's not how you get the Deku Mask.
Yeah.
I understand.
That's the
what
one
I'm
that gets
saying.
like glued to your face in the beginning of the game. Is really annoying. I want it off.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, how did he acquire that mask? Generally, that's how in Legend of Zelda you get these powers.
The Song of Healing. He knows the Song of Healing.
So how's that spawn physical masks?
He uses the Song of Healing to get the Deku Mask off of you.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, where does he collect masks from?
He goes to small children who
Where
have
does he
masks
find
and he rips it off their face. I don't see what the problem is here. Because that's apparently.
I don't know. He's a mask salesman. He had a initial
Yeah.
investment of rupees, bought some masks, then he would trade for other masks. You
See?
do this in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Like, you trade for other masks.
I understand, but that's what I'm saying. Like, as part of the Netflix show, this is what something that they can do is be like, well, you see, this map, and they can give a better history of the mask. And be like, this is the Fox mask. It does this.
Yeah.
The Keaton Mask.
Keaton mask.
Okay.
I call it the Fox mask because I didn't really.
It's
think
actually
of the mask.
it's actually a Star Fox reference. Actually.
It's an
I know.
Ocarina of Time too.
It's also actually a Chinese New Year thing.
Yeah, it is.
No, but the way they put the mask in Majora's Mask in your menu is a Star Fox reference. It goes a fox, a falcon,
Yeah,
a bunny,
Yeah.
and then a toad.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
We are current on all of our Easter eggs,
Okay.
but what
That's
I didn't
really
play
Easter
this
egg,
game.
but-
By the way, this is one of the
and then a
Legend of
barrel
Zelda.
roll.
Yes. Barrel roll.
Go barrel roll.
It's just a barrel that goes over your head and it just keeps spinning.
You know what I mean? Like, these are all very interesting stories that can be told.
Yeah, they
And-
could. I think they could do a season per game and do a bunch of this extra stuff that they wouldn't put in a game.
Honestly, it kind of reminds me of almost like a Once Upon a Time-esque type of thing, where it's like, here's the main storyline. Here's all this side stuff that happens.
Another thing, in Ocarina of Time, who the heck is the owl? Like, why is the owl following you around?
They
all
could
the
explain
time?
that.
Yeah.
They never do, and they even go as far as in some scenes towards the end of the game, the owl's in the scene, doesn't talk to you, just flies overhead briefly.
Because
He's the Watcher.
I guess,
he's
but
like,
it's weird.
he's like the Watchers from Marvel. They can't interfere, but they're just everywhere.
But he does interfere.
Yeah, Kelsey.
They sometimes can.
My voice just cracked, but he does interfere.
Okay. But honestly, I kind of like the idea of a TV show based on a game, though. Because let's face it.
Actually, wasn't there an animated show once?
We don't talk about that.
What I'm saying, like, we're talking about like the voice and stuff. This has been done before, technically.
Did he have a voice?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he had to.
Excuse me, princess.
Oh yeah, that's right, he did.
To be
I
fair,
love how you know that.
to be fair, it was.
That's okay, I
it
knew
was,
it too.
It was part of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and it only played on Fridays. But yes, excuse me, princess. But
That's when they made the decision. Link will never talk. that line came out of his mouth. They're like, no, shut it down. Shut it down. Never speaking again.
But he has had a voice in again, Wind Waker.
How many words did he say though?
Not many.
Yeah.
How many words did he say? A bunch.
He
That's
said,
how many.
they're probably countable on one hand, but he had the hello. He had come on.
Man.
No, it's more like come on.
No,
You sure there wasn't just Navi talking for him? Come on.
He doesn't have Navi.
Navi's in his throat, doing all the talking for him.
This is Wind Waker. He doesn't have Navi.
Navi's in his throat doing
He has
all
a
the talking.
He has a talking lion boat, who's actually a king,
That's fucking weird.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But the reason I was saying that is because there's been so many bad movies made from games, and part of the reason that makes them bad is because it's a 2-hour movie, but it was like a 30-hour game. They got to cut out so much story. Now we're taking a 30-hour game, and we're splitting it up into a season that's probably going to be 20, 25 episodes.
Yeah, but that's not hard to do because even if you run out of things on a main storyline, there's so much.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying
it's gonna be better.
They have, 20, 30 hours of that might be 20, 30 hours of the game is, probably 15 hours of that is walking around doing shit. But they can take that rest, divide it amongst the episodes, add the stuff they need to fill it, add gaps in the storyline that were, filling gaps in the storyline from the original game. I think turning games into TV shows is actually a better option.
Yeah. Although, God help us if it's going to be like a Dragon Ball Z-esque fight with Ganon. He's just in there charging his spin attack for like 20 minutes and just like, and then misses. Friggin' misses.
Meanwhile, Ganon will just sit there. What are we doing? Just sit here, okay?
No.
Gonna flash to Zelda?
It'll be like
Flashback all of a sudden. God damn it. Zelda.
Flashback.
Oh, we can actually get clarification on Sheik too.
I want to see Sheik.
Heck,
Sheik.
If we're gonna do Ocarina of Time, we're gonna have the most awkward capture scene ever, where Sheik is there. Oh, by the way, I've been helping you this entire time. I'm Zelda. Captured instantly.
Well, they can do the reveal in the capture as 2 different scenes.
Yeah.
They could. It could be, by the way, it's Zelda. I've been helping you the entire time.
Zelda, here's a light arrow, captured. That's what happens.
And
that's exactly how it goes down.
But
what it could be is
they're doing a show. They have more time. If they were doing a movie, yes, that's exactly how the capture would go.
Like, why couldn't she just still be Sheik and be like, here's the light arrow? Because clearly Ganondorf is too stupid to figure this out.
yeah.
No. See, they can fill that in a little bit. They can have Ganondorf figuring out that Sheik is Zelda, and eventually she reveals herself to Link.
It doesn't have to be 100% exactly how it happened.
They can have some creative. I think they need to have creative license with this because you're taking a game from N64.
Well, that's why I don't think they should do a game.
All right. The problem with creative license though is it has to be given very sparingly. Because we do not want a repeat of Mario Bros. Movie. As great as it is, because it's horrible, we do not want to repeat.
Good. Okay. I do not want... No, Kristen Stewart ever. She can go die before she gets into the show.
I don't think she would fit in this universe anyways. I don't think that would be even an option.
She could be villager number 3. I will allow her that.
Listen, somebody wants Danny DeVito in this, I betcha. So
Danny DeVito is Ganondorf.
So it doesn't really matter.
No, she sucks.
I mean, there's always going to be somebody who has their favorite actor who'd be like, oh, well, they'd be perfect for this when they're not. Like, honestly, Michael Cera is not going to be the next Link. I would find it hilarious just to see him be like, yeah. He wouldn't even do that. He'd be like, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, he really means Michael Cera in a tunic.
Michael Cera wearing a tunic.
He'd have pockets in it. He'd just really, he'd wear like a hoodie, put his pockets in it, and just kind of be like, oh, I guess.
I guess I gotta save the world now.
And it'd be pretty much Scott Pilgrim with a hoodie.
It'd be just as flashy as Scott Pilgrim too, probably, because it's the only way they can get Michael Cera to do fight scenes.
Pretty much. Oh my god. But that sounds hilarious. And he's still gonna have the mustache. He's not gonna shave it.
he's gonna have that like
the current Jacob mustache. Like I have like a Michael Cera mustache right now. It's killing me.
No. Yours is still thicker than Michael Cera's mustache.
So I still think my pick for the Link actor is way better than anything you guys came up with.
I was saying Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, and
Orlando Bloom. Look, he was beautiful as Legolas, and he'll be
Beautiful.
beautiful as Link.
Actually, he does. He would probably fit the physical makeup of Link pretty well. But
He's used to playing an elf.
he's good with the bow.
He's good with a bow.
Although
He actually is really good with a bow.
the one thing that I think is going to be a little bit of a problem, hook shot.
you also have to have a left-handed actor.
Yeah, but anyways, the hook shot because technically that wouldn't let you do that.
Well,
the
yeah,
acceleration,
Ocarina of
deceleration.
Time.
Well, the acceleration and deceleration of a hook shot would kill you. It'd rip off your arm. And then if it didn't rip off your arm, if somehow the ligaments still stayed intact, when you came back, you wouldn't be able to stop, and your bones would shatter.
Well, that's easy.
You're
That's easy.
Magic.
Hollywood.
Yeah, you realize we're talking about a game where a guy
But what I'm saying
takes over the world using a Triforce.
Listen,
Of
I'm open to creative license, but what I'm saying is, how are they going to film that where it's not like him being like super slow, like just like this, perfectly still, like just kind of traveling diagonally through the air, or him zipping up unrealistically fast and then just like suddenly stopping and dropping.
dude, cut shot. They do that, and then the next shot is immediately goes to where he's landing, and there we go.
Actually,
No.
Do some Xena Warrior princess
No.
shit there.
No.
you know what I was thinking? More of like Batman-esque live action where he's like, and like he just retracts up by his like pelvis.
Oh, you mean where they film him walking across a building laid on his side?
No, where he actually like does the automated bat tether where he's like this and he comes out of his belt and he goes boom, and then he goes like this and he just diagonally goes into the sky by the pelvis.
They'll just
Great.
do it like Arrow, you know?
Actually, that probably would work.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Well,
Anyway, we need to hook shot towards the end of the show now.
Let's
Yes.
time to hook shot the hell out of here.
So, live action Legend of Zelda show on Netflix. Hopefully it'll be good.
Yep. I hopes. 2015 lineup looking super strong.
Yep. Majora's Mask comes out this Friday because good guy Nintendo was like, big game coming out, put it out on a Friday.
Dude, why did you just like spear the air? It's very yeah. Anyways, this is Adam.
This is Jacob.
That's Chris.
I'm Chris.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I don't know why I did two hands.
I still think the moon should be scarier.